Okay, so I'm at the beginning of my round. Here's my stitch marker. So now we're getting ready to close up our hat. And what I've done here is I've just knit around and around and around, just the same stitch over and over again to the beginning of the round. And so I've got enough length now where I'm gonna start to cinch up the top and close it up just like what we did here. So okay, I think it on your pattern it should be row 31. This is row 31. You slip your marker to the right, and now you're going to knit 2 stitches together. Here's stitch 1 and stitch 2, 1 and 2. We're going to put it through both of the stitches from front to back. Now we're going to take this and wrap it around and pull it through. Okay, here's 2 stitches. Push it into both stitches, wrap it around, pull it through. Both stitches, wrap it around, pull it through. And you're gonna do this all the way around. Here we go again, through both stitches, wrap it around, pull it through. Both stitches, wrap it around, pull it through. And I'm gonna go all the way around and I'm gonna show you how we're gonna switch to a different method of knitting, which is using two sets of needles. So in the pattern, it tells you that you need a second set of size 11 needles. It could be the same 16-inch circulars, or it could be bigger ones. It really doesn't matter. And why we're doing this is because as the hat gets smaller and smaller, there won't be enough stitches to go around the whole circular needle. Back in the day when I first started knitting, I used to use double pointed needles, but I feel that this is much easier is knitting with 2 sets of circulars, okay? So let me do one more stitch here, and it really doesn't matter where you switch, it's about the halfway point. You're gonna knit 2 stitches together, wrap it around, pull it through, here you go, okay? Now you're gonna take your second needle. We're gonna pull this first needle through, get the next set of stitches ready, and we're going to take your new needle, put it through both loops, wrap it around, and pull through. As you can see, it's just a continuation of this last set of needles. So knit 2 together, and you're going to knit 2 together. And on your pattern, it's going to show as K2TOG, and that stands for knit 2 together. And what you're doing here is you're decreasing the number of stitches. So now you no longer have 44 stitches. You're going to have 22 stitches at the end of your round. I'm going to go to the end of my round. And how will I know it's the end of the round? I'm going to hit that stitch marker. Two stitches, wrap, and pull. 2 stitches, wrap, and pull. 2 stitches, wrap, and pull. Oops, I caught a little So now, let me pull this through here. So that's the end of my round, okay? I'm gonna take the stitch marker off because I no longer need it. So now I'm working with 2 sets of needles. And what this allows me to do is get smaller and smaller, and I still have room for my needles. So we're gonna go one more round. And I know now this is the beginning of the round because I've got my cast on tail here, okay? So now I'm gonna do it one more time, knit 2 stitches all the way around. So take 2 stitches, put the needle through, pull it. Now I wanna make sure I work with the same needle. So if your left-hand needle is here, you're gonna work with the same set of needles. And I've got plenty of experience when I've used the other set of needles and have gotten myself tangled and have had to go backwards, and that's fine. It's good experience. Okay, here's another thing that may happen is you may have an extra stitch here. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to grab some more stitches from the other needle. Just going to pull it through. I'm sorry here, a little complicated. I think I'm going to grab like four stitches. Even it out a little bit more. I'm going to put these 4 stitches back onto these needles here. Here we go. Again, we're going to knit 2 together. I'm going to be on the other needles. As you can see, my stitches are decreasing. So on row 32, I started with 22 stitches, and I'm going to be at about 11 stitches here. My last stitch. Again, I'm at the beginning of my round. I know it because I've got my tail here. So I've got 11 stitches. Now I don't really like to cinch up with 11 stitches. I'd like to go down to 6 stitches. And so what's going to happen here is you're going to go and knit 2 together, again all the way around, and you'll have an extra stitch. Here's my extra stitch, and I'm just gonna knit this stitch. Okay. So when I'm at this point, I'm gonna cut my yarn here. I didn't bring scissors. Let me go get my scissors real quick. I'm sorry about that. And I'm gonna cut a good, like, people like to cut 6 inches or so. I like a good 8 inches. Just cut that off, put this aside. So now we're gonna cinch that top of the hat. I'm gonna use a crochet hook. A bigger crochet hook would be nice. So I'm just gonna continue going around the same way. I won't double back. So I'll put my crochet needle in the front, from front to back, and pull through. Front to back, pull through. Front to back, pull through. Okay. Now my other set of needles, front to back, pull through. Front to back, pull through. Last one, pull through. So I've got, there it is. It's all cinched up. There's my hat. Then I'm going to take this crochet hook and go through the middle of it. Pull the yarn through. Oh, it wasn't successful there. Give it one more try. There we go. Pull through, and you can weave it in. And there's your hat, all done. Cute little hat. Now you can make a little pom-pom with it if you'd like. So we're all done with Larissa's first hat. And this is the first hat that you can make too. It's very easy, very simple. It is just the knit stitch.